Hello everybody. Today I want to talk to you guys about CPR, cardiopulmonary resuscitation. Helps you save lives. Being CPR certified helps you save lives. It was my junior year in high school where in the local hospital where I lived at, I was doing clinical hours for a health class program in high school. I was about to be done for the day, and over the intercom there was a code blue that was thrown, which means cardiac arrest happening in whatever area that it said. Luckily for me, this incident was at the critical intensive care unit where I was at, which I was just leaving. Now, me being CPR certified and already being in the hospital, I was acting as some form of a healthcare provider. I needed to perform CPR because it was my responsibility. There was many people in this room for this individual. We were all taking turns between chest compressions, airbag breathing for this individual, and what were the longest 15 minutes of my life. We saved this individual. Being CPR certified matters. Life is fragile and short. No one deserves to die by being in cardiac arrest unless the individual has plans, which is called a do not resuscitate individual. Today I would like to discuss to you the benefits of being CPR certified, what your obligations are for being CPR certified, and where you can go to get CPR certified. So you can benefit from CPR. If you have children, or if you're planning to have children, being CPR certified can be a great skill to have on hand. For instance, if your child ends up choking, you can save them without having to go to the hospital. Another benefit for being CPR certified is if there happens to be an individual who has a pulse but is not breathing, you are the lungs for the individual. You breathe for him or her. Another benefit for being CPR certified is one that I find the most important. You are able to feel like you've actually helped someone, or that you can help someone, and that is the biggest benefit for me. Which brings me to, what are your obligations for being CPR certified? If you're a healthcare provider or a first responder, it is your legal obligation to perform CPR. One condition, though, is if you are in an unsafe position or you pose a risk to your life to where you can die, you do not perform CPR. Also, is that you do not also perform CPR on a person who has a DNR tag, which is do not resuscitate will. If you are a volunteer, a college student, it is not your duty, and therefore you can refuse. You can decline to give CPR to an individual regardless if it is safe. I would first go, though, is call 911. I value life too much, and I have to try, meaning that I try until further help comes to help me. I don't just try and leave. That is one of your obligations as being CPR certified. If you break ribs or bruise the sternum, Good Samaritan laws protect you from damaging the person. I mean, honestly, you can't get really worse than being dead, or, you know, nothing much for that matter, so you need those laws are there to protect you. Death is by far worse, giving protection and damaging the individual you are trying to save. Another obligation to being CPR certified is a do not resuscitate individual or that of a minor. I already said that you cannot resuscitate a DNR individual. They don't want to be living, they're dead when their heart stops. Now with the minor, you need to be given either legal guardianship permission or parental permission in order to perform CPR on the minor. One of the best obligations for being CPR certified, as far as being a volunteer, is that you have the option to refuse. Sound good? Let's talk about where you can get CPR certified. There are many places. Can you talk to your doctor? Your doctor will sit there and give you either a number, website, most websites leading to the American Red Cross, which offers courses yearly for CPR. Also, talk to your boss. Pretty sure your boss will give you someplace to go. With putting yourself at risk, you can still save a life. The first 10 minutes after the individual has no heartbeat, has no pulse, is unresponsive, is the most critical. By being there in the first 10 minutes, you can save a life. Even if you attempt to and fail, at least you tried. Being CPR certified, you use it when you least expect it, either from a relative, from a friend, family member. You can save a life by being CPR certified. I encourage you today that if you aren't CPR certified, to get CPR certified.